Well, good morning. Today is Sunday, January 23rd, and we do have three birthdays. First birthday is Dwayne Childers. It's Dwayne's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dwayne. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Eileen O'Leary's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Eileen. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And also for sure is Debbie Weber's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Debbie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope all three of you have a great birthday. I think Dwayne is Kevin's grandpa. I think that was Vicky's husband. Vicky passed away, sadly. But I don't know that Dwayne watches, but I want to make sure I sing to him. It's still his birthday. And I could even be wrong, but because Vicky's last name was Riddle on her, Vicky Riddle, but I thought that her married name was Childers. But I could be wrong. I hate to say that out loud, but it's quite possible. Worked on the puzzle a little bit this morning when I woke up. This one's a difficult one. I thought the other ones were hard, but this one is really giving me a challenge, let me tell you. I have the top part of the outer done, except for one piece, which I think I missed because I've tried every possible piece that I have. I went piece by piece by piece, and of the border ones that I have already pulled out, and the only conclusion that I can come to is that I forgot to pull. I didn't forget. I just missed one of them. So I'm going to start working on the sides this afternoon. I have my Zoom call at 4 o'clock with my family, so I got that to look forward to. And I'm probably just going to eat the leftover chicken kielbasa, or not, turkey kielbasa that we had for dinner last night. There was just enough for one serving left. Jim ate it. He liked it, but not enough to eat it the next day. So I'll probably have that for my dinner today. And then I'm just going to have my usual breakfast, but I'm not going to show you. But I was going through some of my old journals this morning because I did really well yesterday. And I'm trying to get through today. Sunday's usually, you would think it was the day before the weigh-in. I would really be more diligent, but for sometimes I'm not. So I just thought that I needed to do a little bit of reflection today. I don't know what comes to me in the morning. Just I lay there in the morning and I'm thinking, what's my motivation for today? And I love living by quotes. I just love quotes. So I was thinking, what could I come up with? And then I just thought, I think I'm going to get out a couple of my old journals just to kind of remind me of when I was doing so well things. And so I found one of my books from when I went to my Weight Watchers meetings way back 2 years ago. I don't know that I'll ever return to the meetings. First of all, they're not close. I know there's one probably about maybe 20 minutes away, which I know is still close, but I was used to just going 5 minutes. 20 minutes is like a trip. So, plus you got to make a reservation to get in. And then it's like, in my area, it's like almost, I pay $20.95 a month. And if I have what I want to see the meetings before, what I was paying was like either $57 or $59. I think you guys give me enough support that I can save $37. I know I'm worth $37 a month. I really know I am, but it's like, oh. And then I wouldn't be able to go every week anyhow because of the weather, and I wouldn't want to drive 20 minutes, all the excuses that I'm coming up with. But anyway, I did some reflections on this, and it said different things that we should reflect on. And one of the things is, what about the scale? I only weigh myself once a week. I did try for a while weighing myself every day. It doesn't work for me. I get so discouraged. It's like I think that I did so well yesterday, I should probably lose a pound the next day, and then you don't lose any weight. Sometimes you just do really well, and then for whatever reason you weigh more the next day. So I just find for me, weighing myself on Monday mornings at 10:30 is just what I do, and so that's what I do. But what we need to do is, what did you accomplish this week that was unrelated to the scale? So one of the things I did this week that was unrelated to the scale was just really thought out my plan for each day seriously on what I was going to eat. And I did look ahead to the weekend, trying to eat some extra vegetables just in case I slipped on the weekend. to help me stay a little bit on track. I have accumulated probably about 35 weeklies. I know I should use the weeklies, but I find in my case when I use the weeklies, I don't tend to lose a lot of weight. I now with the mindset that I don't want to lose a lot of weight, although I do want to lose a lot of weight, but I hope you understand what I mean. I'm content with any kind of a loss on the scale each week. I really am, because last year I let myself get so discouraged by just small losses that led to big gains, and I don't want to do that this year. So I think the fact that I really haven't been focused on so much on what the scale is going to say. I do want to lose 0.6 tomorrow. I have set that as a little personal goal, because that'll put me at an even 70 pounds lost. But if I don't hit it, I'll be a little discouraged. I'll be honest. I'm going to be discouraged because I really think I had a really good week this week. But I'm not going to let it stop me from hitting it the following week. So, there's no set date in stone that I have to reach the 70 pounds. But I just like to get that first 5-pound goal out of the way so I can move on to my next 5-pound goal. And then how do you feel before you step on the scale, and how do you feel after you step on the scale? Like I said, I'm anticipating a 0.6 loss tomorrow, and I think that I'm going to have the feeling that I did lose the 0.6. I really do have the feeling that I lost the 0.6. But if I don't hit it, I'm not going to get discouraged. I'm really not. I've been there, done that. I'm done doing that. So I'm not going to do that again. Life happens every day, and the scale's going to change every day. That's another reason I don't weigh myself every day, is because of that fact. And how you feel is more important than the number on the scale. Unless I tell you how much I weigh, you really don't know how much I weigh. I mean, you can guesstimate how much you think I weigh. I'm very thin from the top, from this point up. From the waist up, I look thin. But I'm bottom heavy. I really am bottom heavy. But I'm not as bottom heavy as I used to be. There used to be that I couldn't sit in a chair. I remember one of the reasons I did go on the Weight Watchers plan was I had gone to Sophia's Christmas pageant, and they were in their auditorium in their little grade school with their little grade school auditorium seats. And thankfully I had got there early enough that I could see that I couldn't sit in the seat because I didn't fit. I just didn't fit. There was no way. I couldn't even fit trying to be uncomfortable. I just couldn't get my butt into that chair. So I stood in the back with the excuse that I just was sitting too much that day. I know people could look at me and think, you can't fit in the chair, lady. We know that. But they were kind enough not to say that. But now I can gladly say that I reached a point before she moved on out of, well, she's still like in a grade school because it's a grade school, middle school. It goes from the 1st to the 8th grade. But I can still fit in the seats now. And that's an accomplishment to me. Somebody else that thinks like, that's an accomplishment? Yeah, it's an accomplishment for me. Think of all the accomplishments as you make each week that aren't related to the scale. Walking past that candy box yesterday was very, very difficult. If you watched my vlog yesterday, you could see I talked about being a little bit tempted. I have a box with my Christmas candy that I got. I got some Godiva chocolate. I got some Lindt chocolate. I got some Kraft caramels, whatever you say. I have some M&Ms. I have some Hershey Kisses. And I don't have a lot. Oh, and I have tiny little paydays. But I don't have a lot of candy in the box. I have enough to tempt me. But I decided that this year that I'm going to treat myself to some chocolate. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not going to give it away. And there's no expiration date on chocolate as far as I'm concerned. So I just want to prove to myself that, I just knew that yesterday I could have had like a Hershey Kiss for 2 points. I could have easily had that. But I knew that my frame of mind being a Saturday, and I don't know why, I can't explain it, but it's a Saturday. I don't know why it does it to me. But I knew that I would not be satisfied with just one piece of chocolate. Now, last week I had a Godiva chocolate, and I had one Godiva chocolate, and I tracked it in my phone. And I think that was one of the days I didn't show my food. But there's a pattern there, I think. But anyway, I stayed within my points, and I was satisfied with just the one piece of Godiva chocolate. So I think that sometimes you have to have don't bring trigger foods into your house if you think that it's going to set you off. Homemade cookies are a trigger food for me, so I went crazy at Christmas time because Christmas cookies are homemade, and I ate more than my share. And I do have some Christmas cookies in the freezer, but I know that my frame of mind is not ready for the Christmas cookies. It's ready for the chocolate, but it wasn't yesterday, if that makes any sense. And you want to get to the finish line of mentality, so you want to enjoy yourself along the way. Like I said, I know that I'm never going to go the rest of my life not eating candy. I know that. And I know I'm going to have a pop occasionally. And when I have pizza, I'm going to have a pop. Pizza and pop just go together. I've tried drinking diet tea or iced tea or my diet lemonade. I have tried that. But in my mind, pizza and pop go together. Some people, pizza and beer go together. I don't like beer. But, it's just a matter of, I know that I'm not going to go the rest of my life never having a can of pop, and I'm never going to go the rest of my life not having pizza. So I just have to work it into my plan, work it into my day, and just enjoy it and not feel any guilt. I don't need, like I usually would have 3 or 4 pieces of pizza. That's like embarrassing to say out loud, but I would eat 3 or 4 slices of pizza without a doubt. But no, I'm pretty satisfied with one. And if I've done my day right, planned my day right, I could have 2. And then just use my weeklies for my can of pop. So it can be done, and I have shown myself that it can be done. A clearer weight loss is more sustainable if you make the choices that are going to lead to making smart choices. And like I said, you can still have pizza. I can still have a piece of chocolate and lose weight. It takes 3,200 calories to make a pound, to gain a pound or lose a pound, either way. A candy bar is probably about 300 or 400 calories. So you'd have to eat a lot of candy every single day to gain a pound. So I think that one little piece of Godiva chocolate, which is probably the Godiva chocolate, was probably 200 or 300 points. I did track it, but I forget. I didn't calories. I mean, I didn't track how many calories it was, but it was like 8 points for that little piece of chocolate. But you know what? It was worth every point. And what if your feelings didn't depend on the number on the scale? I went the whole year worrying about what the number on the scale said, and I'm done doing that. I really am. I'm happy with my life. I can get around. I can move. I'm healthier than I've been in the past. And I do want to get to Wonderland. Don't get me wrong. I do want to get to Wonderland because it's just a personal goal I set in the 80s, and I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there, and so I know it. And I need to it says tracking weight is important when it comes to keeping yourself accountable for weight loss. However, your weight does not define you or your health. Just because you're thin doesn't mean you're healthy. I mean, you still, no matter how thin you are, you still got to eat healthy foods. You still got to get the right vitamins in your body. Don't think that just because somebody's skinny that they're healthy. I mean, I've said this before. My doctor will look at my chart and look up at me and say, Sandy, if people were to look at your chart, they'd think, my God, this is the healthiest woman I know. And then they'd look up at you and see that you were overweight. And they thought, do I have the right chart? He's such a jokester. I love him. But it's so true. I mean, I do take medications. So a lot of people have been asking me what medication I take for my liver. I think it's the allopurinol, ALLPURINOL. I know it says for gout, but I don't have gout. But I think that's one of the things that the doctor says treats like kidney and liver diseases and gout and things like that. So I do take that for my liver, according to the doctor. So I don't know if it's strictly for gout. Maybe I have gout and she never told me. I have a woman and a man. They are partners or whatever. But they just do liver enzyme tests on me every year for my physical, and then they just renew that thing. So I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to it. If the doctor says I need a certain medication, I take it. That's all I know. And your weight will not always tell your full story. People can still weigh the same but look different. How true. It depends on if you're like a solid, which I think I'm a solid person with a lot of weight. Whereas somebody can weigh just as much as me and be smaller, but kind of flabby type of thing, So, like I said, nobody knows what you weigh unless you tell them. But I'm just thinking that a year from now, I want to look back and know that I did everything I possibly could this year. I know that I didn't do everything I could possibly do in 2021. I just know it. And I own up to the fact that I didn't do that. And I don't want to come into 2023 next year and say, you know what? I did a repeat of 2021 and 2022. I don't want to do that. I want to get back to living my life, getting out, enjoying myself again, and just not concentrating so much on having a set number on the scale of how much I want to lose each week. Just knowing that each week I want to see a small loss. And I know everybody gets tired of hearing it, but like in 2020, I lost 26 pounds, which was only a half a pound a year. But in 2021, I gained like 27 pounds, which was a half a pound a week for the year. So I like 2020 better as far as my weight loss. I didn't like the year, but as far as my weight loss, it was so much better. But anyway, that's about it for now. I get gonna go have some breakfast, which will be my normal breakfast, like some egg and bacon and eggs and some toast. And then for dinner, I'm going to have the leftover turkey kielbasa. So, but if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody would like to see it. As always, stay safe. Let me know in the comments below what you reflect on. I wanted to reflect on my past week. Do you reflect on something different? I'm just kind of curious. Okay, talk to you guys tomorrow.